Welcome back, everyone. I hope everyone had a great lunch break. I know Ben Cohen from Ben & Jerry's was still here. He was mobbed in the back of the room here. He had brought lots and lots of ice cream, but it was out in 5 minutes. So this is a crowd who loves ice cream. I'm Shirley Leung. I'm a Globe columnist, and I'm the host of a podcast called Say More. We produce it from the Globe, and you can find it wherever you listen to podcasts. I'll be your MC for the final track of Globe Summit. We've got more sports on tap. The World Cup will be in Boston this summer. We've got more business to talk about. We've got politics, we've got wellness, and we're going to talk about the media. So to kick off this second half, please join me in welcoming to the stage Jackie Kucinich, the Washington bureau chief of the Boston Globe, and Ben Collins, the CEO of The Onion.
If you guys look under your seats, by the way, I know Ben Cohen brought ice cream. I chopped up some onions, put them under everyone's seats. They smell
so
fantastic.
Good of you.
Yeah. Hi, everybody.
Hi, hello. So Ben and I have known each other for quite some time.
We have.
We worked at the Daily Beast together, so I'm very, very happy to have you here. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
He also has the distinction of the person who introduced me to the concept of the chop suey sandwich.
That's right.
Yeah, knowledge. Not all knowledge is power.
Oh no,
it's pretty disturbing, honestly.
If you go to, they banned it. They didn't ban it.
The
restaurant closed.
You're the only one who ordered it.
Yeah, look up chop suey sandwich on your phone. If you're bored and you need to be like a medic, I think is the word.
So Ben has had a very traditional trajectory to his career. Mm-hmm. And I know there are some students here from your alma mater.
Purple Lions. Let's go.
So, I mean, so let's start there. Talk to us about how you ended up the CEO of The Onion.
Oh, man. The very traditional way. You know, I went to Emerson. They were like, here's some math classes in business that you guys can... That's right, Emerson. That's funny Emerson joke. Not true. I went to school with a bunch of purple-haired weirdos who were very lovely people, and I loved them dearly. And I got taught a lot about... I would say I didn't have like a real consciousness until I was about like 19 years old when I was at Emerson, and I met people of different persuasions and lifestyles and all those other sorts of things. And and then I was an intern at the Boston Globe, the single worst intern at the Boston Globe in history. Like,
oh, come on.
No, it's so bad. I wanted to be like a capital J journalist, and very badly, in a way that was really bad for your health. And I don't know if you, did you always feel that way?
Yeah, oh yeah, always. It's like since I was 16, super weird.
So I worked at a bunch of places. I worked at Esquire, and I worked at the Daily Beast with Jackie at a time that we now know was a golden era, but at the time we thought we were knockoff BuzzFeed, and like, but you know, some of the best reporters I've ever been around in my entire life.
Yep, agreed.
And one embroiled in unbelievable scandal, but we'll talk about that later on, or maybe never. Jackie's like never. And then I started covering bad guys. I started covering the rise of
the dark people on the internet. I think is a nice way to say it.
Yeah, or you could call it like the White House. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm really trying not to get Jackie fired.
Thank you.
We'll see how it goes.
But you were at NBC.
I was at NBC
from the Beast, and continued covering the kind of the dark side of the web, and I'll let you.
Yeah. So when I was at the Daily Beast, me and Spencer Ackerman, incredible reporter, and a bunch of other people, Brandy Zadrozny, all these folks. We found the Russian troll farm accounts in 2016, 2017, and we found it because this guy named Kevin Paulson, who was, I think he was a felon, wasn't he? He was a felon because he like hacked a radio contest to win a Lamborghini or something.
That's right.
Yeah, that's not a joke. It's a real thing that happened. So we found all the Russian troll accounts, and because they were deleted by Facebook all at the same time, we just pressured Congress into giving us the information, and that made my career go bananas. It was really good. I went to NBC, and as you guys know, disinformation is probably the story of the last 20 years, people making shit up and using it to get through the halls of power. And reporting on that was good for 4 years. And then, you know...
The natural pipeline from NBC News to The Onion.
Yeah, exactly. And then I started to realize like the appetite for covering people in power with more money than anybody else in the history of the world, lying to people constantly and trying to blame trans people and immigrants for everything. The appetite for doing that at my corporate journalism job was minimal. All of a sudden, like they were like, please stop doing this. And I took the hint. And so I quit my job, 2 years ago, around this time. And I thought I was gonna write a book, and then I saw The Onion was for sale in Ad Week or Ad Age or something.
Really?
That's literally what happened. And I posted on Blue Sky, I said, who wants to buy The Onion? I have $600. And within a lady named Leila Burleson, who lives in Chicago, was also a journalist, was like, but seriously, how do we do this? How do we save this thing? Because, for example, Elon Musk tried to buy The Onion once and failed to do it because the staff wouldn't let him. So I have no real idea how this happened. Probably some crime. I don't know what happened, but 6 weeks later, we owned The Onion, and it was a true miracle. And we have since brought back the newspaper. I don't know if you want to talk about that.
So speaking of revolutionary ideas, you've made some really risky bets since you've been there in the short time that you've been CEO. Talk a little bit about why. When other publications are running away and sunsetting their print publications, you went all in on print.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't see the age of this audience, but I don't know if you guys have had experience picking up The Onion on the side of the road in the 90s or the 2000s. Anybody here? They used to be. That's right. Thank you. They used to be like by the reflecting pool where the Christian Science Center is. There used to be just free onions on the side of the road. Yeah, it used to be a newspaper, and people have very fond memories of this. So we tried to when we bought The Onion, our business was based on like boner pill ads. So like that loaded every time, like the previous owner tried to get people to refresh the page as many times as you could.
Popular business. Great
business strategy. My favorite ad that was from there, because it's honestly like it should have been like an Onion headline. It just said, "Meet Larry Bird's repulsive wife." And it was just like constantly running under Onion articles. It's great stuff. So we got rid of that as a business strategy, and we're like, what's a upstanding and decent way to run a business, which is against the law to do regular stuff like this? I always thought you could run a business by like exchanging goods and services for money, and
you played Oregon Trail, didn't you?
I'm a huge moron. But yeah, we took it over, and within about 4 months, we relaunched our newspaper, and we have now over 50,000 subscribers. We are between the 10th and the 11th biggest newspaper in the United States, between the Boston Globe and the Chicago Tribune. We ship to everyone's house once a month, and that's really sad.
Has it been, but is it something you're glad you did? Is it something,
God, yeah.
So what has been you made this huge bet.
Yeah.
And have you seen more interest? Have you seen, like, what has been the repercussions is the wrong word, but windfall therein?
Yeah, no, I'm really proud of what we've done so far. We've been able to, do business the old-fashioned way. I will also say that we can say the unsaid thing in American life in a way that a lot of newspapers cannot say right now. Because our goal for next year is to have more subscribers in the Washington Post, because we're better than them. Like look, we're not owned by some weird space pervert. We are just like a guy, we are about 15 people in a room who are like Midwest stoners, and they write their headlines and they come out with really tough stuff. Our process is like so lydic and old fashioned. Every day, 15 or so writers go into a room with total about 150, maybe more than that, headlines, and they leave with like maybe one or two. Like that's how rigorous the process is. And so every day, people's darlings are just like snatched off the street and killed systematically. It's a really, really difficult editorial process, and that's how you get The Onion. Like you get the best possible sentence about what's going on that day.
Well, and you're a very good friend for setting up my next question, which is, do you think that satire is more I guess, apt to capture the current place that we're in than like traditional straight news.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've talked to a lot of people in other countries that run satire publications, and they are more legally protected than the news, and it's a survival instinct. You see it in like post-Soviet states. There are a bunch of like fake onions in India because like we are, I don't know if you guys know this, criticizing the president is very dangerous activity in this country right now. And that's why a lot of people have kind of cowed and went backwards on this stuff. I do want to I'm not giving a compliment because they gave me a free sandwich. The Boston Globe has not done this. I think they've just been really fucking good at this recently. But obviously places like the New York Times and the Washington Post and the networks and all these places have went backwards. CBS has not even gone back. I don't even know what's going on there. That's not even going backwards. It's like running like headlong into a wood chipper. I have no idea what's going on at the place. But there is... we are allowed to say stuff. We have gestures privilege, is what it's called. And other countries that go through what we're going through right now and have for literally centuries have leaned on satire as ways to tell truth, and to just say the thing that's rattling around in the back of your head about what's going on, without having to directly cite every source and without having Caroline Levitt calling you on the phone and saying you're a piece of shit.
So one of the questions we just got kind of is in line with this is, I always see Onion headlines and think they're real. How can we better tell what is real and fake?
Good question.
I mean, how many times have we looked and been like, is that the Onion?
Yeah,
No?
I mean,
okay.
yeah. Look, I keep saying it's an indictment on everybody else that the world is like this, that we are like we've just been who we are. It's a good question. I don't really know how to get through to people that what you read on the internet is almost certainly not true at this point, especially places like Facebook. I think we provide a service to remind people of that. That is a very important part of what we do. But yeah, look, if you can tell me how to stop the fact that America's grandmas have delved us into fascism and by thinking that somebody's going to knock on their door and bang it down because they were an illegal immigrant, I would love for you to tell me how to fix that, but you should probably go to a politician first and then yell at me afterwards, maybe. Yeah.
So at the Globe, we talk a lot about AI, how to use it best in the news gathering process, how to use it best to serve the community that we cover. And we also talk about the pitfalls and how where the lines are and where it should and shouldn't be used. I know that you've had some experience. And I don't want to call you a hater, but you've got, I mean, maybe. But I'll let you explain because I think talk about what happened.
Sure.
Like how you guys have dealt with this at the Onion and just your spiel about AI, if you will.
So we have a hard no AI policy because AI is just not funny. It is the synthesis of everything everyone's ever written, and comedy is kind of the opposite of that. It's like the new thing that you thought in your head, right? It's like it's based on the human experience, and AI is like trying to find the most middle pablum joke that you can possibly do. I'm going to do the whole throat clearing thing and be like, look, one day we'll be able to... But at present, it has laid off all of my friends and made everything considerably worse, so I just want that to be abundantly clear. And we don't use it. And I cannot tell you, hey, my Emerson kids, where are you in the middle? How do you guys feel about it, yay or nay? Universal nays, right? All right, cool. So like, I'm just saying, the buy-off for people are not buying this shit. Like, I know that there's a lot of people trying to sell it because we need it to keep the economy afloat, and we're in a gigantic bubble tied up with 5 of the worst people in the world. But I will say that there's a reason they went after art first. It's because these people who run these things, they absolutely could have sent all of this money headlong into genome shit and like all these other things. But they attacked art first for a reason. It's because they don't like us. They don't like you guys. They don't like me. They don't like you. They don't like any of this stuff. They're trying to like revamp the world order by taking out gatekeepers. And those gatekeepers are like, are not real. They are like musicians and, artists, people that didn't let them into their circle.
You don't think that there's any limited usage? It's just kind of like absolutely not.
Maybe,
like,
but
not,
is it worth like doing this?
Right.
Is it worth giving these people this power? I just don't think so. And I also will say, like from a business perspective, we have a hard line on this, and we've said that we don't use AI for anything. We have a guy named Jimmy and 4 other people who Photoshop everything you see in The Onion, and it is everything's very deliberate and very on purpose. And one time, we had our stock photo vendor accidentally mislabeled something as not AI when it was AI, and everyone started yelling at us. And I was like, we don't use AI, get out of here, this is not... And it absolutely was AI, and I looked like a huge asshole and a hypocrite, which are the best 2 things to be at the same time. And so I looked up and tried to figure out what happened, and I just sincerely apologized. I was like, look, our readers, I'm sorry, this won't happen again, we'll strengthen our processes. And even apologizing for the fact that we accidentally used AI got us more subscribers that day than we had all month. People there's a go away energy on this shit that is profound. It's really strong. And again, if it was used to do my laundry, I think we'd all feel better about it, but it's been used to make shit immensely worse throughout the creative arts and our lives in general. So I'm just I'm sorry for the people who are doing AI panels. I'm sure you're great. I love you. You look handsome.
But is the solution just to not use it at all?
It doesn't. There's no utility for us at all whatsoever right now.
Okay.
The funny stuff I've seen from a comedic and journalistic perspective have been accidents. It's people playing off the fact that the AI can't do stuff. There's a guy on Instagram who will post. He's a casting director, and he'll post him trying to walk the AI actors through stuff, and their faces morph, and all these things happen, and they can't do it right because that's not the point. The fact that, I'm just gonna be real, the fact that we're kidnapping kids from fucking daycare centers and the focus of the American economy right now is this shit is despicable. It's so rough. And I can't, and also the fact that we're that's not the focus of the media, that the focus of the media is not, these people are acting with impunity because they think they can get away with it because they bribed the president. It's all so gnarly, and we just don't talk about the real power centers in this country anymore, and I don't like it. And that's another reason why we don't use it, but we mostly don't use it because it sucks shit. There you go.
Talking about what the news should be focused on, is that something that... no, yeah. but do you all have conversations about where your satire should be aimed, right? Because and how much of it is driven by headlines? Is it? I mean, we can talk about favorite Onion headlines in a minute, but how are you using the the issue you just talked about? I mean, this is hard stuff that's happening in this country, and how do you use satire? And I don't want to be define satire.
No, I will say in the weeks running up to the inauguration, I did talk to my staff, and I was like, look, if The Onion is anything, it's against the man. It's it's an old-fashioned anti-imperialist rag, in my opinion. And I told them I've never seen a clearer representation of the man in my entire fucking life. There are 8 of the richest people in the world in a gilded, behind the president in a gilded room, just bribing him. Come on. We have so much material for the next few years, and unfortunately, I didn't think it was just going to be us. I didn't think the entire media would fall off the cliff and we'd have to inherit some sort of responsibility, because I'm not capable of that. That's a terrible idea. But that is like you were saying, that's the role of satire. I remember in 2003, the reason I liked The Onion, I was 15 years old and 14 years old. I don't know, one of those numbers. I went to Emerson, it's fine. The Iraq War was happening, and it was The Onion and the Dixie Chicks and nobody else who were against it. We ran an op-ed that said, this war will destabilize the Middle East, and it was a point-counterpoint. And said, this war will destabilize the Middle East and create hatred for America for decades to come, versus no, it won't. And there's so many instances of that exact op-ed happening right now in America in various different kinds of policy. The Onion's just uniquely suited for it. And we've been lucky, and I really hope you buy a newspaper because it's the best way to read it. Just go to our website, buy it. Now this is just a hard advertisement. Just like a
You're allowed to plug the Onion.
Yeah, there you go. You should get it. It's good. It's good for you. We don't have real ads in our newspaper. We only have fake ones about ice, so you should get it. Yeah.
What is your favorite Onion headline? I know this.
Yeah.
I know this is a gotcha question.
There is a Boston headline I'm not going to bring up because it would genuinely imperil Jackie's life.
No, seriously, so.
I'm not going to do it. I try to say a different one each time. My favorite one is from the second new newspaper that we did, I think from the last November. It's 2 words, and I love the economy of it. It just says grandma air tagged.
What is it?
Grandma air tagged. There's just so much going on in that joke in 2 words. It's just like, just sit with it for a minute. It's really good. I mean, there were so many. There's Mr. Ottoman. There's so many things that I love about the Onion. But like, my favorite thing to do is ask people what their favorite is, because it's usually like something on like page 17 from a 1998 paper next to like an ad for a Madison, Wisconsin sex shop that I've never seen before. So, come to me afterwards. Tell me your favorite Onion headline. I am very interested because I learn each time.
So we only have 1 more minute somehow. I don't know. How, I'm not sure how that.
We cruised.
Happened.
Yeah. We get to learn about all the new diseases that they're not telling us about after this. I definitely had one of them. Like, it was terrible. It was like tuberculosis 2. I don't know what it was.
So, oh my God. What would you say? I mean, as we've said a couple times, what would you say to your fellow Emersonites? Going into. I mean, how do you? I don't know.
I will say this. If they try to beat you with sticks for protesting Palestine in an alley, just fucking fight back next time. Well, I don't know what's going on with the people there. Like, you're not allowed to have the police, like, you're sitting in you have a bunch of 90-pound purple-haired kids in an alley in tents, and the president of the college is like, police, come in, hit them quick. Like, you can fucking talk to them. It's fine. Keep it up. Keep fighting. And you guys are one of like the 4 places in the world that we're trying to get people to stop doing that. I'm very proud of the students of my alma mater, the people who run it. Fucking yikes. And that's the sort of spirit. I don't care if you get kicked out of school for doing stuff like that. You're gonna have a much better career, and I'm much more likely to hire you. So think about it that way. Do big weird stuff. It has served me well until I go to the gulag. So do your thing.
Thank you, Ben.
Absolutely.